万華鏡車輪眼
Three-quarter Nelson position. So what the problem is here is that when, or the person on the bottom, if they want to go belly up, they're going to punch this arm up like this and then go belly up. And then here we lose our ability to do the Darce stroke. So that'll happen if my chest is too much angled forwards. You see, if my chest is angled forwards now, look at all this space here where Wynn's elbow is. All Wynn has to do is punch that arm up and turn belly up, and I'm still on the top, but I don't have my choke in, right? So first, let's look how to remedy that as much as possible. So Wynn's down here in this half turtle situation. So the first thing I want to do is I want to use my chest to kind of goaltend and block his elbow. So I don't want his elbow in front like this. I want his elbow in the middle, and then I kind of turn a little bit to face his hips. So now when he tries to go belly up, Wynn, it's hard for him to go belly up here because I use my chest to block his arm. If I'm like this though, now it's easy for him to go belly up. That's right, okay. So now, despite your best efforts, whatever, somehow you just aren't able to stop them from going belly up. So I have 2 chokes when we trap the arm, and then 2 chokes when the arm, and then one choke when the arm gets out. So we're here like this in the three-quarter Nelson. I'm doing a good job of trapping Wynn's arm. Somehow, he still, slow motion, manages to go belly up. So as he goes belly up, I look to shuffle my hips across, and I drop my hip to the mat. I change to an S grip, and I look to feed my arm through. Now from here, I call this the loop choke, and there's a few adjustments that I might need to make if my elbow isn't tight. So if there's space here at Wynn's neck, where the crook of my elbow is, I have a few little adjustments I can do. So the first adjustment I can do is I can get up on my toes, I bring my head low, and I'm gonna drive my weight into my elbow. Let's try this way. So guys, you see the space at my elbow here? You see this space here? Oh, watch out here. You see this space here, guys? This is the space we're trying to get rid of. So what I do is I get on my toes, I drive, and then I punch my arm through. Now when I come back down, that space is very, very small. From here, what I look to do, is feed my hands through, bring my hip and my knee close, head down, I settle my weight down, and I squeeze and apply pressure, and I get my tap. So I call that the loop choke. When the loop choke doesn't work, or it's not tight enough, or I can't get the right adjustment, from here we transition to the inverted arm triangle, or reverse arm triangle. So for the reverse arm triangle, I keep my leg in the same place, and then I'm gonna scissor this leg through. I'm gonna thread this leg through. My hip goes down, and I use my hip to catch his arm. Now I'm in this arm triangle, reverse arm triangle position. I relax, get my forehead down, and then I walk my hips towards Wynn's head. And from here, it's very, very tight. In my opinion, I feel like this choke, it's easier to finish actually than a normal arm triangle. It's very, very hard to stop this choke. Sometimes it can happen, let's check. Sometimes it can happen that Wynn's elbow is too low here. So what I can look to do is use this hand to reach through and kind of push his elbow up, then catch it with my ribs, then feed through, and then come down again. Good. So that's the loop choke and the reverse arm triangle. Good. Okay, now, the other situation that can happen is where Wynn goes belly up, but I'm not able to keep his arm trapped. Okay, so again, we're here like this. I have the three-quarter Nelson, and I'm not able to keep his arm trapped. So Wynn's gonna punch that arm and go belly up. So as he goes belly up, I drop my chest onto his bicep here. I drop my chest onto his bicep, and I come into like a north-south choke type style position. To finish, I want to get to his wrist and put his wrist onto his hip. Now, I feed my arm through as much as I can, and I look to settle. Once I look to settle, I apply a little bit of pressure and walk back, and I get my tap. Again, if I need to, I can look to kind of scoop him up with my ribs. I can look to scoop him up with my ribs. The big problem most people have with the north-south is their arm and their shoulder are pressing this way into their partner's chin and jaw. Instead, we want it to settling down this way. So as I come for this north-south, I go forwards, down, and then I scoop. You guys see how I use my ribs to scoop Wynn's side of his head there? Now from here, I don't squeeze, I just settle. Settle, 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 and it's extremely tough. So guys, those are a few of the follow-up attacks I like to use when we're working on the three-quarter Nelson, trying to get to our Darce, but we're just not able to control them, and they're able to punch and get belly up. When they go belly up, we have the loop choke or the reverse arm triangle, or if they escape their arm, then we have the north-south choke. Thanks, bro.